What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a freaking minute since we last picked this thing up, but we are back at it, full force, back in action. Got the Z here, new garage, a little smaller, but it's okay. We'll work with what we got. But yep, a bunch of parts coming for this thing, a bunch of things to install. We are gonna do an install in this video, so I hope you guys can stay tuned for that. But we are definitely hopping back on here as consistent as possible. Took a couple months off, try to obviously put myself in a good position here in my own garage. But yeah, let's get cracking with this video. All right, guys, so here we have the Z. Everything has been pretty much the same since the last video. I haven't really done much to it, but like I said, we do have some goodies to be installing. I got a fresh set of brand new front hubs for the Z, and we also went ahead and picked up some ARP extended studs for the front, which is nice because I won't have to run any spacers. You know, like those bolt-on spacers, I can just use it legitimately how they should be. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to move on to. Once we get those all set up, I'm obviously going to install the studs on the hubs prior to installation just to make things easier, and then we'll get that bolted up on the car. Oh, and little side note, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you know, but me and Miguel actually do part out Z's and G's as much as we can. So if you guys are ever in the market for anything, whether it's small, big, please hit us up. I may have it. We also do have a store on eBay, and follow us on Instagram. That's where we post a lot of the stuff that we have for sale. So yeah, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so we made a quick pit stop at Miguel's house. We are going to be doing a couple of little things to the Z, and then he's going to help me put these studs into the hubs so that I can get that all dialed in. But it is with a heavy heart. If you follow us on social media closely, you would know that this car is for sale. Miguel's Vortex Supercharged 350Z. It's unfortunate, it's bittersweet, but he is moving on for the right reasons. He is having a kid, so this car with 2 seats just isn't practical. So he needs something with back seats, which, you know, once this sells, he's probably gonna get something pretty cool, knowing him, not some, you know, whack Corolla or something like that. But yeah, so if anybody is interested, we have a full description, full details on everything. If you know, want a clean 350Z that already is supercharged and has a bunch of goodies. So let's get into the installations. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you how to install the extended studs on the wheel hub. Also, quick note, I know you guys in the beginning of the video saw that I had they were like Mevo Tech front hubs. You can't use those. When using ARP studs, you definitely need an OEM hub. So I actually returned those, and I got these from Z1. They're the Nissan Value Advantage. So I'm gonna knock the stud out. Literally what I do is I just put a little lug nut on there, and then just kind of be direct. Oh shit, maybe I should hold this with 2 hands. All right, well, you slap that, this falls out, you unscrew it, and then the hole will be open. So let me do that with 2 hands, and I'll show you right now. All right, so now you have said hole. So you take the ARP stud, you slide it through here, and then you put some of these washers on, and you just tighten up the lug nut like if you're tightening it like normal, and then you'll see that it'll start pulling the stud into the splines. So let me get this all set up, and then I'll show you right before I do. All right, so as you can see here, we got the stud pushed up all the way to the splines. I got some washers here just to kind of give it a little bit more oomph, and then we got the lug nut on here. So essentially you just tighten this until it stops spinning, and then it'll pull the splines in all the way to the hub. All right, and there you have it. So now it's fully installed. It sits flush on the back of the hub. So I'm gonna just repeat that process 4 times, and then they'll be ready to get put on the car. All right, guys, so here you have them all installed, ready to go. Now we just got to get the car up in the air, get underneath it, and I'll show you how to disassemble everything and put these in. I'm also going to be doing some other work under there, so I'll show you once we get this thing up in the air. All right, guys, so we got the Z on some stands. So let's go ahead and install these hubs real quick. I'm gonna obviously take the wheels off and kind of show you guys a step-by-step. And then while I'm under there, the lower control arm bushings on this, it's decided to take a shit. They're probably the length that I've had the car, so about maybe like 6 years. So I can't really be mad at it. But I got a set of OEM control arms, and I'm pressing in some energy suspension bushings. So that'll be all fresh to go. Let's get the hubs installed, and then I am gonna remove the lower control arms. All right, so obviously first step, you're gonna wanna take off your wheel. Once you pretty much have access to this, you're gonna wanna get behind it over here, just to show you guys. Ow. And pop off the brake caliper. It's 2 bolts, regardless if you have Brembos or, all right, I don't know why the video cut off, but you're gonna take the brake caliper off. It's 2 bolts. Then you unbolt that, unbolt the line, kind of hang it up out of the way, and then take the rotor off, and now you have access. So I mean, these don't feel terrible, but regardless, bro, it's something that needs to get changed. I don't want to be riding around, I mean, with some old ass stuff. Plus these are a significant upgrade. So now there's 4 bolts behind this, as you can see right here. They're on the back side of it. Bolts out, and then you'll have access to removing this. These have been in here for a while, so hopefully they're not seasoned there, but some PB blaster and hitting it with your purse, and it should come out. So let's get those 4 bolts removed in the back, and then see how this is to take off. There's also, I believe, I think ABS sensor right back here, which you're gonna want to take out just to get out of your way. All right, so we got that that ABS sensor out of the way. I got all the 4 bolts off here, and as I suspected, it's a little seized on there. So I'm gonna hit it with some PB blaster, and go grab a purse out of my girl's closet, and smack the shit out of this thing. So let's see. Oh great, I think I ran out. Oh, lovely. Oh, squirt on there. Nice. All right, well, let's go get that purse. All right, so we hammered the crap out of that thing, and it came off, which is great. Disgusting. Clean all this as best as you can. You should put some anti-seize if you have it. Unfortunately, I don't, so seize it the fuck up. But whatever, we'll clean this up. I actually forgot the dust shield was actually behind that, so when you do take this off, the dust shield falls right off. But let me just show you how crusty this old one was. I mean, pretty crusty if you ask me, you know. Like, that shit's been on there for years. So all right, let's get the new ones installed, get everything cleaned up, and check it out. All right guys, so we got everything all buttoned up. We got the rotor back on, we got the brake caliper back on, that ABS sensor is bolted back on as well, and everything looks amazing. I'm really happy with how it looks. I remember as a kid I would always see cars at car shows with extended studs, and I was like, damn, that looks so raw. And now 6 years later, full circle moment. But yeah, so let's get under the car and start disassembling the lower control arms. Alrighty guys, so I removed the lower control arms that were on the car, and yeah, they were cooked. But I mean, I can't be mad. These things lasted 6 years. They were eBay. They were a decent option when I first got them, and they still are a pretty decent option because they did come with polyurethane bushings already. The only thing that kind of sucks about these is, if you know, you know, low-key, this hole for the ball joint is a little too big. So what happens is when you put the ball joint through here and you go to tighten the nut, it doesn't clamp down. So I had to use like a washer to kind of get it all snug. And if you look on the other ones that I have, shout out to my boy Sean who pressed these bushings in, polyurethane bushings on OEM control arms. Looks fire. But look at the difference in the hole. Pause. That one looks like she been ran through by at least a bunch of people, and then this one, you know, maybe 1 or 2 partners. But yeah, so that's a huge difference. So when you guys are buying these eBay control arms, if you are buying them, just be aware of that. I always suggest, if you have the time and the resources, just take your OEM control arm off, order some energy suspension bushings, and have a homie press them in, or press them in yourself if you have the tools. But yep, let's go ahead and get these slapped on the car, get everything tightened, because I want to drive it today. Alrighty guys, so Lower control arms are in. As you can see, everything's nice and tight. I gotta put some cotter pins in the ball joints. I'm gonna spray some brake clean on the rotors and then put the wheel on. Just another quick little dumb thing, but I do have some spacers that I run in the front for the skinnies, and if I have some stock wheels on the front, it does look better obviously with the spacers. So I'm just gonna knock out the studs so that they just slip on, and then we'll be good to go. All right guys, well, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just some little small things to get done on the car, so we can continue moving in the right direction with this thing and follow through with all the plans we have for the future. Thank you everyone again for supporting, even the day ones. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video, but I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible and keep making content with this thing. So as always, like, comment, subscribe guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.